All right, guys, the curiosity is absolutely killing me. It's time to find out how much power the M2 makes. Like I mentioned in a prior video, I bought the T37s, put them on the M2, buyer's remorse immediately. I miss the VS5 RSs, especially because we're running these B-locks here, which were custom made by VFC to mimic the style of the VS5 RSs and anthracite that I used to have. So I went ahead and ordered two brand new front VS5 RSs so I can rock with the B-locks. And I'll see what I'll do with the Ts. So here's the scoop. We're heading over to PSI to put the M2 on the dyno, not only to find out how much power it makes, but most importantly, my tuner David Shoop wants to see the dyno graph to see if we can squeeze some extra power out of this setup. So yeah, the M2 might actually end up being faster by the end of this video. Went ahead and pulled up MHT so we can take a look at some parameters. Ethanol content 78%, we're good to go on that. Should be able to make max power. ITs are pretty disgusting today. That's probably gonna be the only concern, to be honest. Fast forward in a bit, we do have the M2 on the rollers. We have Alexis here from PSI that's currently strapping on the M2. And we're one step closer to find out how much power this car makes. For those of you guys already familiar with the channel and familiar with the G87 M2, you guys know what I'm running. Quite a bit of mods here. We do have the CSF charge cooler, running port injection with 1050cc injectors, motive reflex, precision raceworks, AFS setup for the low pressure. You have the CSF heat exchanger, CSF oil cooler, of course, the VV front mount intakes. What is good? We are running a catback FI exhaust with a single mid pipe and also the FI 200 cell downpipes. The car does have a custom tune from David Shoop. It is a flex fuel setup and it's currently on an MHT platform. I'll have all the mods for this car linked down in the video's description to make it easy for you guys so you guys can see exactly everything that I'm running and how much everything costs. I'll also link the entire playlist for the G87 M2 down in the video's description as well.
Before we run the M2 on a dyno, I want to show you guys how much power the car made before. The setup at the time didn't run port injection, nor did it have a custom tune. It was running an OTS E40 MHT map.
Holy 718 horsepower to the wheel, 675 pound-feet of torque, which is absolutely fucking insane.
Then we tested a 60 to 130 miles per hour. 7.25 seconds, nearly 4 seconds shaved compared to the stock 60 to 130 run.
We're gonna have a lot of fun with the M2 today. There you go, guys. We got the first run in the books. 745 horsepower to the wheel. Not bad for a first run. That's a lot of power for a stock turbo, stock engine setup. As far as torque, we are at 660. And here's the dyno graph for those of you guys that are interested. It's insane to see that with just the twins, we max out power like almost at redline, which is absolutely crazy. Based on like prior experience with my other twin turbocharged cars, they tend to run out of gas fairly quickly, and you know, power doesn't really max out there, but it maxes out somewhere in the mid-range. But it's good to see that this one makes power throughout the entire RPM range. Around 5,500 is where we peak as far as torque, and with horsepower just below redline at around, I would say 68, 6,900 RPM. So we do have a new tune map from David Shoop. I think he added a bit more timing, so we'll see how that does. Look at that. Literally 10 seconds to flash a new map. MHD is so crazy. If you don't already have an MHD universal adapter, you guys need one. It's our top seller on the website for a reason. I don't think anybody sells it cheaper than what we do. We also offer free shipping. You can use it for things like MHD, Beamer code, XHP, and all that good stuff. y'all, second run. Look at that, we picked up some power, 767 wheel horsepower. That is quite the bump. As far as torque, 688, near 700. I did overlay the most current graph to the old one. David was able to fix the little dip in power for both the torque and the horsepower. It's nice and smooth now, super pretty looking. Just like before, makes max HP up top, and the torque seems to peak around the same area, around 4,500 to 5,000 RPM. So we do have another tune incoming. We're about to flash here off camera that bumps up the wastegate duty cycle by 5%. We'll see what ends up happening now. Guys, that's a lot of power for stock motor, stock turbos. Man, the S58 is one hell of a fucking engine. I'm so excited. I just took a peek at the dyno graph, guys. Oh my God. Wait till you guys see how much power it made, especially the torque. Bro, David Shoop is a mother effing man. If you guys need your BMW tune, hit this man up. I'll overlay his email. Oh my God. All right, so this is the last run of the day, guys. 780 wheel horsepower and a whopping 721 torque, which is insane. That is the green lines you see here on the graph. As you guys can see, it picked up an immense amount of power. There we go. So we did remove the overlays from the prior runs. Now you guys can have a better idea of what the power graph looks like here on the dyno sheet. Pretty impressive. You know, nowadays it's really hard to get excited about anything since we kind of do it all, but this got me really excited. I'm not gonna lie. What are your thoughts on that power? I'm sorry, I know you didn't want to be on video, but I gotta get your opinion.
No, that's exciting.
Is that impressive?
That's impressive.
Thank you for being here and allowing me to use the dyno.
Always.
She's the bomb.
For those of you that are curious, here's a 60 to 130 run I got a couple months ago on the 745 horsepower map. Six seconds with one gear shift. I'm sure if I ran the latest map that yielded 780 horsepower, 720 torque, the car would be much faster. And I'll probably end up testing that out in a future video when the weather cools down a bit. Like the video if you guys enjoyed it, it really does help. Subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, thanks for watching. Till next time.